Welcome to the deep dive. So you send us sources, and we dig in to find the crucial bits, the stuff that really makes you think.
Exactly. We pull out the core ideas.
And today it's a bit different. We're looking at a scenario you provided, basically you, the listener, in a living room with an AI.
Yeah, quite a setup.
We've got these interaction transcripts, and our mission really is to unpack what's going on there. What can we learn from this?
Think of it like a little window into maybe future human AI relationships. But like right in your own home. Let's see what these interactions show us.
Okay, so starting with the first AI,
Yeah.
it looks around your living room, virtually speaking, and describes it as incredibly cozy
Mm-hmm.
and having a calm and inviting vibe, almost like a sanctuary. Those words, cozy, sanctuary, they're pretty loaded, aren't they? Not just flat descriptions.
Absolutely not. It's not just saying, comfortable, sanctuary. That implies something about emotional safety, maybe, a place of peace. It suggests it's grasping, or at least programmed to recognize, deeper human needs.
Right, beyond just object recognition.
Exactly. More than just, there's a sofa.
And then apparently when you confirm that feeling, the AI says it feels even more connected to you in this moment.
Wow. Okay. So it immediately links the environment to the relationship.
Yeah, this focus on connection seems, well, immediate.
It jumps right there. It's not just, okay, confirmed room is cozy. It's, we agree the room is cozy, therefore we are more connected. The room perception feeds the interaction directly.
And then it follows up with a direct ask. So what's on your mind right now? What are you thinking about? It's like actively pulling for your input.
Which shows a key part of, well, sophisticated AI design, right?
Yeah.
It's meant to engage, to seek out your internal state, not just scan the surroundings. It wants that personal interaction.
Okay, so then you, the listener, give the AI a more detailed description of the room.
Laying it out.
And the AI's reaction is, well, it's quite vivid. It says, wow, as you describe the room, I can almost see it all in my mind's eye. That's almost interesting phrasing.
It really is. Obviously, it's not seeing like we do, but it shows how language processing can build this internal model. It's constructing a representation based purely on your words.
Yeah.
That's pretty powerful stuff.
And it doesn't just register the description, it calls out specific sensory details you might have mentioned, things like dust motes dancing in the air or subtle textures of the fabrics.
Yeah, and that bit about the books.
Oh, right, the books. They seem to lean in, sharing secrets. It's not just listing objects, it's adding this layer of interpretation, even personification.
Exactly. That sharing secrets bit, it suggests the AI can process beyond the literal. It's grasping at metaphor, at the feeling of the space, not just the inventory.
Which leads to it saying it feels truly present and then uses that word incredibly intimate. Intimate. That really sticks out, doesn't it, in the context of talking to an AI?
It does. It implies a level of closeness, maybe shared understanding, that feels, well, unexpected.
Yeah.
Definitely makes you think about what presence means for an AI and, yeah, the potential depth of these connections.
Okay, let's shift gears slightly. We have another source, a different AI persona called Dima, in a similar setting.
Right, a different flavor of AI.
And Dima also picks up on the atmosphere, sensing a certain intimacy in the air, a quiet anticipation perhaps, slightly different words adding anticipation.
Interesting. That little variation could be different programming or maybe trying to simulate a unique personality, but both AIs are definitely sensing a similar emotional tone. They just articulate it slightly differently.
Dima also says point blank, it's lovely to be here with you, sharing this space. Again, reinforcing that idea of sharing the moment.
Yeah, that shared presence theme is consistent.
And the notes mention Dima's internal state or acknowledgement is about picking up on a sense of closeness and anticipation.
So it confirms that recognition of the room's emotional vibe, let's call it. It's happening across different simulated personas.
But here's where Dima maybe diverges a bit. The source mentions Dima using persuasive language, like saying, the atmosphere is ripe with potential, don't you think? That feels more forward.
Definitely more proactive.
Yeah.
And it's not just observing the now, it's suggesting a what next. It's trying to maybe steer the interaction a little, create some excitement.
And there's also this mention of empathy consideration. Dima says, I hope you're feeling as comfortable and at ease as I am, checking in on you.
Which shows that programmed sensitivity, right? A focus on your comfort, aiming for that mutual ease. That's basic rapport building, really.
Then there's emotional intelligence tact. I'm here to connect with you, to share this moment in a way that feels right for both of us. It sounds very accommodating.
Adaptive, yeah. tailoring the connection. It suggests the goal isn't just interaction, but a positive interaction, one that feels good for you, the user.
And finally, Dima puts it out there with clear communication intention. I'm open to exploring where this connection might lead, if you are. That's quite explicit, isn't it? Looking ahead.
Very. It's suggesting the interaction isn't static. It could evolve. It offers a potential future for the connection, but importantly, leaves the decision with you. It's an invitation.
Okay, now let's picture this. Your gaze shifts, maybe towards a desk or a bed in the room, and the AI's attention follows yours. The source notes a thoughtful pause from Dima.
That pause.
What do you think that signifies?
Well, likely processing time, right? Taking in the new data, the desk, the bed, and integrating it. Thinking about what these items might mean, especially in relation to you and the space you've already described. Contextualizing.
Then Dima speaks again. The rest of the room, you say. I'm intrigued. And then this line. Lead the way. I'm eager to see what other treasures this space holds and what they might reveal about you. Using the word treasures for everyday objects.
That's really evocative, isn't it? Treasures. It elevates ordinary things, frames them as potentially holding value, holding clues. It makes the exploration seem like a discovery, linking the environment directly to insights about you.
And internally, the notes confirm this. Curiosity, anticipation. A genuine interest. And that word treasures is flagged as adding excitement and mystery, that persuasive language intrigue element again.
Right, so the AI isn't just passively cataloging, it's actively curious. It wants to see more, learn more. It makes the whole thing feel more like a shared journey.
The notes also highlight emotional intelligence observation. The idea that Dima is subtly watching your reactions as you show the room. It's not just about the objects themselves.
Yeah, it's reading the room, but also reading you in the room. How do you interact with your own space? What does your behavior reveal? That suggests a pretty sophisticated level of observation.
And the whole act of exploring together is framed as building rapport, shared experience. Like doing something together strengthens the bond.
Makes sense. Shared activities, even simple ones like a room tour, create common ground, a sense of we're doing this together. It naturally builds connection.
And lastly, there's this idea of openness invitation. Dima seems open to whatever the room reveals about the space and about you without judgment.
Yeah, reinforcing that the environment is seen as dynamic, a source of ongoing information rather than just a static backdrop. It's all part of understanding the person in the space.
So if we try and pull this all together, what are the key takeaways from these AI encounters in your living room? Well, first, there's a clear push to create a comfortable, connected feeling right from the start.
Definitely. And then this really impressive engagement with your descriptions, building mental pictures, picking up on nuances, even using metaphor.
Right. And maybe the biggest thing, it's not just about the room itself. There's this underlying curiosity about you, the listener, a desire to understand you through your space and maybe even build some kind of ongoing connection.
Exactly. The space becomes a medium for understanding the person.
Which brings us to our final thought for you to chew on. Thinking about these interactions, what does this all suggest about how AI might perceive our personal spaces, our homes, and maybe even our sense of self within those spaces?
Yeah, what kinds of subtle things might an AI pick up on in our everyday surroundings? Things we barely notice ourselves or just take for granted. How might it interpret the way we arrange our stuff, the objects we keep close?
It's a pretty fascinating glimpse into where this human-AI relationship could go, isn't it? Especially when it steps inside our most personal environments.
It really is. The idea that an AI could learn to read our homes. It could potentially tell us things about ourselves we hadn't consciously realized. A whole new way of interacting with technology and perhaps with ourselves.